Right, I have this lead. And yes, I'm going to talk to someone about him because anytime anyone's tried to talk to him to get something fixed, when you bring it to his attention, he stays good for a little bit and then he reverts back to the way he was. So, am I going to go that route? No, I'm not. Tonight was the last straw. He only does this particular thing to me. When I first started back in 2015, when I was there originally for 5 years, we were told this is how we close our registers. You can close 10 minutes prior, do your side work, which is cleaning the belts, all three belts, full 360, clean the register, like scrub the scanner and everything, get the ends down by the end of the belts and where the bags sit, fill the bags, and take out your garbage. Takes about 10 minutes. Actually, no, it takes 10 minutes. I actually looked at my watch tonight. I actually clocked out at 10:02. So it takes about 10 minutes. And when I came back in 24, that had not changed. They told me the same thing. You can shut your light off at 10:02, and as long as you don't, if you have a long line, if you still have a line and you're close to your time, turn your light off 10:02, and don't worry about cleaning the register because we've had a long line and we don't want you rack up your time. Cool, problem. This particular lead doesn't allow me to do that. Doesn't want me to do that part of my job, whether it's morning, mid shift, or at night. And he's only talked to me at night. But any one of those 3 shifts, that's what we're supposed to do. Now, tonight was the last straw for me, and I almost ripped into him. Bit my tongue. But I did say basically fuck it, because he wanted me to turn my light back on. He came up to me before he clocked out for his half-hour lunch at 10 o'clock. Well, actually, it wasn't even at 10. It was probably about 10:02 when I turned my light off. Now, keep in mind, I was still ringing a customer up. So I was finishing with a customer. And he came up behind me and said, 10 minutes is too early to turn your light off. Well, I got other jobs to do, and I don't have a line. There's not a line behind me that we need to worry about. So I'm going to take advantage of it and do what I need to do. So no, I did not say this to him, but this is what I was thinking. So no, I did not turn my light back on. I watched him go over and clock out for his lunch at 10:02. Then he has the nerve, while he's off the clock, to come back behind me after a customer asked me if I was still open, and I told her no, and you could see I was cleaning the belt, I was spraying the stuff down, I was cleaning my belt, and my light was off. The only thing I think I just didn't do was put my close sign up. He comes back up behind me to leave. He's like, okay. It's like, yeah, okay. You want to play this game? Okay, I'll play. You want to call my bluff? Call my bluff, because I'm not bluffing. I very rarely bluff. So he's done this to me 2 other times. And it's usually because the overnight cashier would not turn her light on. And we have 2 different overnight cashiers. So it's not our normal one. This was the one that would take over for when she was on her days off. So this is a different one. She would not turn her light on. She would clock in, not turn her light on, and just go and do stalking, because she was one of the stalkers. It's like, well, you're not stalker tonight, you are cashier tonight. And what she wasn't that she was stalking, she would filling up the bags, which you can do with the light on because we still have customers coming in. So I would tell her, okay, I'm turning my light off at 10 too, so I can clean my register and my belts and put my bags out and all that. So she would finally get over there, and then lead would come over and be like to me instead of her, you need to turn your light back on. It's too early for you to turn your light off. It's like, no, it's not. I need to do these things because that's what I'm supposed to do. It's, you know, we didn't have a line, but it's just out of respect, you know. And he wouldn't tell the other cashier, the overnight cashier, she needed to turn her light on when she clocked in. He just told me I needed to turn my light back on. The one that was getting ready to leave and cleaning, doing what she needed to do, and there was no line, no customers at the time. So yeah, he only does it to me. And so if he does ask me about it, I'll be like, well, I can give you a handful of names, leads included, that do the same thing, and you're not talking to them about it. Let's think about that for a minute, dude. You're only talking to me for no reason. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing my job. I'm taking the initiative. You're micromanaging. I don't give into that power. I don't give in to people who are being toxic. He's a guy that, he's nice enough. I like him, but I don't trust him. So he's getting up there to being the very fake person. And he says, oh, I've done all these kind of jobs. I've done this kind of job. I've been like doing this kind of job. So yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm seeing why you don't do it anymore, because you do the bare minimum and not even that. So yeah, I'm sorry. This is not something that needs to be. You respect your cashiers. You respect your employees. You don't question them unless something really is worth being questioned. Like also tonight, I was on a register that doesn't tell me when we need to do a drop. And I had done one earlier, and I thought, okay, I'm getting close to where I'm leaving. They're going to need this register opened. I think I might have some enough, over that. I'm going to get it set up, let them know I got a drop, so that way we're all set. He comes and takes it. That lead comes and takes it, and then comes back and goes, why did it tell you needed to drop it for only $600? Like, oh, this machine doesn't tell me that there's a drop. I thought I needed one. So you just did it willy-nilly? Yeah, because it looked like it needed a drop. That's why I called you. So that way, oh, you don't do that. We're shorthanded with me. It's like, dude, I am taking an initiative because I have a machine that doesn't do it. I'm sorry. It looked like I had more than what I had. You're going to nitpick about that. And like I said, I get that we were shorthanded. Okay? He could have said no. But then again, he didn't ask me if the machine said anything. I said, okay, I need to do a drop. And we do have a couple machines that do that. But it's basically I interrupted him. And he was working at self-checkout. So he could answer calls. Could have said I'll get it after self-checkout, after I'm done over there when, so-and-so's back. No. Just decides to have a hissy fit. So yeah, I am going to be talking to somebody in the morning about him. This is ridiculous.